was the most logical choice. It's an even surface and one that should yield plenty of runs. Ayub taking the first ball of the match. Left-hander has fantastic hands. Look to see off the new ball and get stuck into his innings. Harris will be at the other end.
Always difficult to focus after what happened last ball, but you just got to stay positive and believe the wicket's going to come. Went for the drive, complete miss. Gets that away.
That was a boundary the moment the ball left the bat. Can't time that any better. Perfection.
Do they go full? Do they go short? A lot to ponder this delivery after the boundary. Misses everything. Collects that one, simple as you like inside the ring. No. Terrible shot. Onto the front foot. Super shot. Should be 4.
Caressed that nicely through the gap to the boundary.
Now 16 for 9.
That's the over. Pakistan 16 for 9.
End of the first and an exceptional start. Some big shots early on. Can build some momentum easily off that over.
Wow, that's missed the lot. Pinged off the bat.
Well, that's textbook perfect. A lovely drive through the covers and no need for the fielders to chase that one.
I didn't feel there was too much wrong with that last delivery. They just need to keep the ball in the right areas and the rewards will come. Brilliant shot there.
Pierced the gap wonderfully on the offside at cover. That's just a brilliantly aggressive shot. Gets onto the front foot and it's flown over the boundary.
Oh, what else do they have in their bag of tricks? Just not much seems to be working at the moment. Power and precision in that shot.
Well, you sometimes just have to stop and admire batting like that. Gets onto the front foot early, well-timed, and 4 runs.
Don't always mind getting hit for runs. What's important is just focus on getting the next delivery right. Shot on the front foot. No one's getting that.
Well, the delivery was poor. Still needed to be put away, though. And what a lovely shot to find the boundary. How will the bowler respond?
Beats the outside edge. Good bowling there. That's the end of the over. Just magical batting. Nothing the bowler can do other than watch the ball go all over the ground.
Tremendous start. Bowlers have been asking questions and they've answered with full honours. Errs on the side of bowling slightly fuller and they've been put away. Might look to go big again here.
Oh my, that's racing away. That's out.
Zaman, the new man in, but will start from the non-striker's end. He's got their tail up.
Great shot. At least one on offer. Zaman taking guard. Has been playing really well in recent matches. Certainly needs to bring their A game today. Goes for the drive, but it's a wild shot. Oh my, that's just flown off the middle.
Well, what a lovely shot. It flew to the boundary. That's clearly not the type of delivery to be bowling here. Can he come back with a dot ball? That was a tremendous delivery. Fizzed through to the keeper. No more short balls this over.
Caught, and that's stuck.
The right-hander out in the middle and just about ready to go.
Someone different now to bowl at. Brings a different set of problems. I feel it's just a matter of pitching the ball up and getting them onto the front foot. Onto that early, that could be 4. There'll be runs here. Nicely played.
End of the 4th over.
You just can't hit it any better than that. Beautiful shot. No chance at all for the fielders.
Going with pace now.
Into the attack for Sri Lanka.
The batter's made a bit of a meal of that delivery. Wide of extra cover and away goes the ball to the boundary.
Well, that was a poor delivery. You can't bowl there and it got what it deserved.
Good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball. It'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond. Just opened the face of the bat really well. That's through the infield. That'll be 4 more.
Threaded it through brilliantly. All timing on that shot.
Off the middle of the bat.
That showed great skill. Lovely timing. The boundary was the only place that ball was heading. That was seen so early. The timing was brilliant and that is stayed hit. Fantastic.
Well, that's just a classic cover drive. Beautiful to watch. Great sound off the bat. That's 4 more.
It just looks so easy. Gets onto the front foot and eases through the ball. They can just stand and admire that shot.
Too good. Not sure anyone's going to cut that off. End of the over. Huge. 26 off it. Pakistan a 79 for 2.
Another massive over. They've set up their team with an incredible platform now.
The new
The new bowler is coming into the attack. Nice shot. Runs possible.
Well, that was timed very, very well. Great shot, driven down the ground and flew over the boundary.
Can't afford to go too full again. It does help to switch up your deliveries, just to keep them guessing. Got down and rolled the wrist beautifully. Good stop. Probably managed to prevent 4 runs. Really wound up for that. Ball seemed to come onto the bat quicker than he thought. Oh, they've done it again. They're taking everything out of the top shelf this match.
New batter at the crease, right-hander, very capable with the bat. First ball for the batter, coming in.
End of the 6th over. Pakistan are now 84.
Interesting decision to change the bowling. Found the going tough earlier with the ball. A huge challenge with how well these two are scoring. Head over the ball. Great shot. That's racing away.
Avoided the fielders, 1 bounce and 4. Fantastic shots.
Just need to keep it simple. Line and length. Around about off stump. That'll force a mistake. Shot. Finds the gap with that one.
That is a masterclass of batting. Reads the length, gets forward and dispatches it to the boundary. How clean did they hit that? Plays that immaculately with a straight bat.
Nice shot. Pierces the infield.
You can't hit the ball much better than that. Timed it to perfection. All the way, got it right out of the middle.
Yeah, it can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes, though, you just got to accept it and move on. Brilliant shot there.
4 runs. They were so still at the crease. Just a slight movement forward. Fabulous shots. Hit that so hard. Pressed forward, got the body shape right and launched it. One for the textbook.
That's right out of the middle of the bat.
That really wasn't a great delivery. Seen early and it was dispatched with a plum. This is a brilliant show of power batting. Another 6 and the bowling tactics seem to be all wrong at the moment.
Zaman wants a fair piece of this bowler. Driven again. In the air this time, but it's 4 more.
Well, you can't fault that shot. Nicely played and it was 4 runs all the way. Just a little bit of room given and the power was immense. That's flown over the boundary.
Does very well to quickly get across to this one. Doesn't beat the infield. Poor shot, really lucky. Pakistan weren't given much of an opportunity there, a very tidy over.
They've stayed in that super aggressive mindset. At this rate, their total could be unreachable.
Whacked away.
They picked the slower ball right away. Wasn't a bad delivery, but dispatched to the boundary with ease. How will he reply?
Shot straight past the bowler, could well be four.
Nearly got through them, just got onto it in time, and with enough bat speed to pick up four.
Don't need to do anything special. Line and length is the key here. Oh, great shot, but not going to beat the fielder.
Just lent on that. The timing was perfect, and the outfield did the rest.
Patirana is finding it difficult to contain this pair at the moment. My advice would be go back to your stock delivery and then build from there.
And that brings up the 50 partnership for these two.
They've gone up here. Big appeal. This could be out. Look to have pitch in line and hitting live. We'll see what Big Eye shows in the review.
So far, so good with the line. Is it hitting the stumps? Is height an issue at all? They were already looking towards the dressing room. It looked plumb. The review now shows they can continue on their way.
Yeah, not the best of reviews there. Great call by the umpire, though.
Baba, just about ready to go out in the middle.
Azam, ready to face their first ball. Really needs to settle quickly and see if they can get the ball into the gaps. Oh, great shot. On the up. Didn't try to hit it too hard. It's gone through the air, but four more.
Hit that one on the up. A fabulous drive for six.
21 runs added in that over. Pakistan are 140 for four.
It's been non-stop action tonight. Every plan for the batters has been dismantled with almost a level of disdain.
Goes for it. It's high in the air. Fielder coming around, but it looks like it'll carry.
A good innings, that's 50. A simple raise of the bats. Thumbs up to their batting partner, and they're ready to go again.
Comes down the wicket and drives that in the air. Great attacking play by the batter. Four more.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was no point chasing that.
Zaman drills that one away. That'll be four more to the tally.
Doesn't even wait to see if the ball's going to do anything. Onto the front foot, punches it away to the boundary. 6, 6, 6. They've got 3 in a row now. Fabulous power, fabulous timing too.
Well timed, but there's a fielder out there. That's gone. Nice, simple catch.
Fahim, the left-handed batter taking guard, will want a solid start.
Shot. Finds the gap with that one.
That was a lovely flowing drive through the covers to pick up the 4.
And the innings comes to an end. Sri Lanka will need 165 runs. This is a massive total to chase. You have to stay positive, but the openers are going to have to get at it straight away. There can't be any settling in. Drive straight down the ground. Mid-on will collect that one, though. No, it hasn't stuck. Got on the inside and played that wonderfully. Fielder needs to work hard to stop that. It's a full toss and worked off the pads nicely. Could well be 4.
Good throw from the deep. Bang on target.
There'll be runs here. That's a solid shot. They'll get at least 1 here.
That was a good strong throw back in, right over the stumps.
Shah, the pace bowler, coming into the attack.
Bowler into the attack for Pakistan.
Massive outside edge. Just got to follow up that last delivery. Found the edge, but no reward, but putting pressure on the batter. Edged. Time to keep the pressure on now. Great ball, that last one, to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot. Couldn't get it through the field. Worked away. That's a nice single. Beats the outside edge. Good bowling there. They've gone up here. Goes over the top with that shot. Edged it.
End of the second over. The batting team are now 8 for none.
Shot. Should be runs here. Full stretch and can't take it. Oh, outside edge, but it'll be safe and another boundary. The bowler is in disbelief on that one.
Well, didn't time that at all, but managed to get it away to the boundary.
Was quick onto that in the infield. Winds up but misses. Looks like they went a bit too early on that shot. Clipped away neatly off the pads. Should get 4.
Caressed that nicely through the gap to the boundary.
Always difficult to focus after what happened last ball, but you just got to stay positive and believe the wicket's going to come. There could be a couple if they hustle.
End of the third over. Sri Lanka are now 18 for none.
That was a nick. It's a missed chance, and that could well be 4. I didn't feel there was too much wrong with that last delivery. They just need to keep the ball in the right areas and the rewards will come. Power and precision in that shot.
Well, you sometimes just have to stop and admire batting like that. Gets onto the front foot early, well timed, and 4 runs.
Finds the fielder with that shot. Time to follow up after such a great delivery. Pitch it on a length is obviously the way to go. Big edge. Let's just see if they can get that ball up into the slot as before. It's so crucial. You've got to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure. Nicely played. Just runs 1. The bowler and the slips have really gone up here. They like it. Ashraf coming on, obviously hoping the pace will cause some trouble. Great shot. Just stepped inside the line and flicker the wrist, and that'll run out to the boundary.
Well, what a lovely shot. It flew to the boundary. That's clearly not the type of delivery to be bowling here.
Head over the ball. Great shot. That's racing away.
Well, the delivery was poor. Still needs to be put away, though. And what a lovely shot to find the boundary.
It has been a great over so far. 2 boundaries from it. The runs are flowing very easily now. Too good. Not sure anyone's going to cut that off.
A strong area for them. Lifted it up and over towards the rope.
Tried something a bit different last delivery, and the captain shouldn't mind that too much. If they get it right, they just might get that wicket. Nicked it, but that's going to go all the way to the boundary. Leading edge lands safe from hands, though. Straight drive, mid-off will cut that one off.
End of the 5th over. Sri Lanka are now 40 for none.
This bowler knows how to give the ball an almighty tweak. Let's see how they go. That's a solid shot.
Well, that was just textbook. Finds the space and power to lift that ball over the top, and it just keeps going.
That's been smacked away. Fielders will not stop that one.
Back-to-back boundaries. This time it's 4. Magnificent hitting.
Pinged off the bat.
That was a boundary the moment the ball left the bat. Can't time that any better. Perfection. A good innings, that's 50. A simple raise of the bats. Thumbs up to their batting partner, and they're ready to go again.
Front foot punch down the ground and mid-on in pursuit. Lovely footwork there.
End of the 6th over. The batting team are now 59 for none.
Finds the middle, but won't find the boundary. Can't get that outside the ring field. Another scamper through for a single. Good running. Got down and rolled the wrist beautifully. There'll be runs here. Good stop. Probably managed to prevent 4 runs. Three added in that over. Sri Lanka are 62 for none.
The batters are working the strike around, picking gaps for boundaries, but they might need to start taking some chances in the back half of the innings to keep in touch.
Oh boy, it just didn't stick. whacked away.
That showed great skill, lovely timing. The boundary was the only place that ball was heading. Well, the bowler watches that one go straight back over their head for 6. Brilliant shot.
Perfect, right out of the middle and bludgeons that one to the boundary.
Threaded it through brilliantly. All timing on that shot.
Great shot.
You just can't hit it any better than that. Beautiful shot. No chance at all for the fielders.
What a shot. He hit that one hard, no need to run.
That is a masterclass of batting. Reads the length, gets forward, and dispatches it to the boundary.
End of the over, 20 runs coming from it. Sri Lanka are 82 for none.
Well, they've just kept going, haven't they? If a wicket falls now, the rest of the batters can probably come in with a really aggressive mindset.
Gone. Superb catch.
The left-hander's out in the middle, doing a quick final check of equipment.
A lovely shot, just rocks back and puts it away.
You can't hit the ball much better than that. Timed it to perfection.
Yeah, it can be very disheartening seeing good delivery smacked around. Sometimes, though, you just got to accept it and move on. Oh, well, don't even bother running.
Now that's a difficult shot to get right. Straight back at the bowler with a lot of pace, and the covering fielder had no chance.
Goes for it. It's high in the air. Fielder coming around, but it looks like it'll carry.
Well, that was a poor delivery. You can't bowl there, and it got what it deserved. All the way, got it right out of the middle.
That's the over. Sri Lanka are 103 for 1.
With the field spread out, the batters have done really well finding boundaries and running, but the required rate still climbed. If they can stay the course for the next few overs, they could launch and really attack this total.
Swept away, but finds the fielder.
They really need a boundary, this ball.
Comes down the wicket and drives that in the air. Great attacking play by the batter. 4 more.
Starting to hit their stride. A fabulous piece of timing, and they're into the 20s.
Well timed, but there's a fielder out there.
Well, enough leverage there to get a good swing of the arms under it to get it over the rope.
Timed that perfectly.
Well, you can't fault that shot. Nicely played, and it was 4 runs all the way. Well, that ball has been hit. It's flown into the crowd. To get that much power coming forward onto the front foot is just ridiculous. Pierced the gap wonderfully on the offside at cover.
That's the end of our